Thank you. Okay, my name is Dalal Alabbasi. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I work in Talemia. It's a company that is owned by the government, and it's like the operational implementation arm of the Ministry of Education in Saudi Arabia. Currently, I am the general manager for online or e-learning department and the supervisor for the two initiatives that are under Vision 2030. These two initiatives I'm so passionate about. The first one is unifying framework. Actually, we are creating a unified framework for e-learning in Saudi Arabia that will be applied for K-12, higher education and vocational. Inside this framework, we actually develop the framework, and then we develop policies to enable the implementation of this framework. And then we look at the change management process, what kind of training that we need to introduce, and media and so on to help implement this framework. And then a very important part is what kind of partnerships we need to have to enable the implementation of the framework. The other initiative is developing education in remote areas in Saudi Arabia. As you know, Saudi Arabia is a very big country, very diverse geographically, culturally, and so on. And the government is very keen to make sure that quality of education reach each student in Saudi Arabia, regardless they're an urban, remote, or whatever they are. So there's this initiative where we are introducing new segmentation for beneficiaries. We have operational models where what kind of problems we have and how can e-learning solutions help us to overcome these problems by using the capabilities and affordances that e-learning can offer. And then also we are re-looking at the policies and the change management to help implement these initiatives. Being in the same room with EdTech leaders from different countries, with experienced people who did strategies, who actually worked on strategies and policies from different countries. This definitely give us a really good insight of thinking strategically. Thinking, okay, how can, sometimes we're very in this circle of implementation. So personally, I just think, okay, classroom, teacher, student, and so on. But actually being in a fellowship in this kind makes you zoom out a little bit and think strategically, okay, how we can actually make sure that to build a strategy that will enhance the learning experience using e-learning or educational technology and so on. What kind of policies that we need to really tackle. And actually, this fellowship came in a very critical time in my career, supervising two projects for updating policies. So what we are doing in Saudi Arabia, which is a golden opportunity, that we are looking at all the policies across the educational sector, and we're saying, okay, what policy works well that will actually enable the implementation of e-learning, and what policy can hinder it, and what kind of changes or updates that we need to do. So the timing of this fellowship is amazing, and it really helps me indeed in doing that. Yeah, maybe the first thing that really surprised me is the commonality of the challenges between different countries in the Gulf region. I'm sure if maybe this fellowship we had even people from different countries, even not only GCC, we're also going to find commonalities. But having Gulf leaders in the same room really surprised me of how common the challenges and the expectations from educational technology is very across board. So this is the first thing that surprised me. The other thing, I'm very pleasantly surprised of the high calibers that the fellowship we're talking about trainers, speakers, guests, and it's amazing if either academics who did research in the field, or even people, practitioners, like even education, technology companies coming and sharing with us the impact research that they did, what are the things that we need to consider, what kind of questions that we need to ask. That was amazing and very insightful. So I'm really surprised with that, and I'm happy. Okay, someone like me who I graduated from a computer science background, so I'm technical. There's, you know, when you study computer science, you are trained to think in a specific way. But then after I graduated, I was so passionate of how people, you know, the interaction, the social interaction between people, and that what made me wanting to go to education and teaching technology, and then educational technology. And that's why I continued to do my master's and PhD in educational technology, because I love this aspect of learning and teaching and experiences, and technology come as a supplement, as an enhancer to this experience. And this is what I always believed, and I'm so happy that in this fellowship that we are all at the same thinking of, when we talk about interventions in education, when we talk about, okay, let's do something new, introduce something new, putting a fund to, okay, new solutions that will serve education, it should not be technology driven. It should be pedagogical driven. We have to put the student and the teacher in the center of, okay, what does it actually do? What does this technology serve? Asking these really tough questions, it's crucial, so we can actually benefit from that. And not to be driven by trends of education, of, okay, everyone is using this, let's just use it. We always need to be critical, but at the same time be exposed. Like when being exposed of what is new out there, because you don't want also to miss something that is very beneficial, not only because, I'm just hanging onto what I know. So having this balance is very important. And through the discussions we're having in the fellowship, either with the fellows, with the trainers, and with the guests, we always stress on that of, okay, what does exactly the technology do? For me, the best technology is the technology that makes my life easier. Number one, it needs to make life easier. If it will complicate life, then I don't want to see it. I don't want it in my classroom. I don't want it even. So it needs to make life easier. Plus, it needs to advance. It needs to help us do our work better. If it will not advance, if it will not hold our hands and basically offer something that we can't, or takes a lot of time from us and we can't afford, then what's the point of using it? So it needs to develop, and it needs to be easy to use. For now, with the artificial intelligence and everything that is happening, for now, my favorite, and that I would love to see it being actually implemented, is adaptive learning, adaptive assessment, because it will provide a personalized experience for students, because we are not living in a perfect world. We do have classrooms where they are overcrowded. We have students with special needs. We have, so even if you have a classroom of 10, 15 students, each student they have their own capabilities, their own needs, and so on. So if technology will help us understand our students better, know them, actually know how to support them better, of course, I would love that technology. I'll give you a very a quick thing that a lot of teachers sometimes, because with the teacher load and everything, teachers can't just follow up on everything. But that's why when you look at technology as teacher assistant, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm your assistant. Tell me, what do you want? And here, artificial intelligence would be amazing. My assistant is getting smarter and smarter and can really understand me better, so it can serve me better and it can serve my students better. Here, I love this technology and I would love to see it implemented. When I applied in the fellowship and I got accepted, and I was looking at the names of people who are with me in the fellowship, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I'm really looking forward to actually work with these people, because all of the names that are there are people that I already know, not know personally, but I know their names because they're famous in the educational technology sphere in the Gulf region, and hopefully in future will be even famous internationally. But they who did a lot of projects and were involved in many projects for educational technology. So definitely I'm looking forward to keep this relationship, and you never know, we might work together and collaborate either in the same country or across countries in the region. I just want to thank you for Cambridge, University of Cambridge, for HP, for actually developing this fellowship, because this is exactly what we need. We need a space, a safe space where we can share, where we can learn at this level of our career, So thanks a lot for doing this program. And thanks for everyone who worked on it. Everyone is so warm, so helpful. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.